can't get far enough away. Some of you probably know what this used to be. This started life out as a 9940 John Deere cotton harvester. I really don't know how it was supposed to be set up, because this is how we acquired it. 207 horsepower John Deere 6-cylinder turbocharged engine in there. With a freaking pinhole and a injector line. That's why the rag's laying there. Dang it. Having one of those days. We actually picked this up to try to convert to a spray rig. I thought that'd be cool. Lower the cab down a couple feet, a foot and a half, and slide it back, and put the dang, I'm just having a good day. Put the tank on the back, put booms on the front, because this raises and lowers. It's actually two sections, but they've been tied together. That's how it raised the picker part. And I'm not sure how they had this really set up. We picked it up off of a lavender farm about 40 miles east of us, who acquired it when they acquired another farm in southern Oregon. And if you notice, that definitely is not for cotton. That's got a belt floor in it, sealed in at the top. It's all screen top. Looks like there's some stuff growing in there. God only knows what's growing in there. It had a few things added to it, and a bunch of stuff took off. When we went and looked at it, for $1,800, there's an engine, hydrostatic, good axle. These tires would have made awesome skinny tires for sprayer, and we had a set of 44x66s that would have been really nice to put on here. But we found out that top speed on these things is so freaking slow that, you may as well walk backwards. We had to put a new hydrostatic cable in it before we even brought it home. When we went to look at it, it wouldn't move, and let's see, it's down here somewhere. I know that, there it is. Hey, right there. So the guy that was working for us at the time, he was up there running it, and I was laying underneath here, moving that lever back and forth to make it go forward and reverse. And I believe it's the right side. It doesn't like to turn. It will once you get it going. Probably screwed up the brakes. I'm not sure what axle they use. I think it's one they might use in an articulated loader, because it is made with a pivot. Hole right there for a pivot. Or it may be one that they used in the back of a four-wheel drive tractor. I don't know. Actually, it wouldn't be in the back because, well, John Deere used a regular tractor rear end in the back with a 3-point and everything on it. So, I mean, this could have been a front axle. I don't know. But it's still sitting here. When we realized that we weren't going to have any speed in the field, as in, I think it's like 3 miles an hour is all the faster they'll go, maybe 4. It's got a 3-speed transmission, but they don't move. But I figured, all I bought was the motor and the axle and the other axle, and the cab's worth at least half of what we paid for it. I'm not sure what to do with that box on the back. I've thought about maybe cutting the top out of it and setting it up as a manure spreader, or set it up just so we can transfer stuff, because we move manure around once in a while, and it's a pain with beaters on the back of something. And there's no beaters, just a hydraulic door. And after we acquired this is when the white cab down there, we picked that up, and I'll let you go for a second and I'll go down there. And there we have it up close. This is actually a Wolverine brand. They were made down in a valley quite a few years ago. This was one of the smaller buggies, had the little tires on it. I've really don't have any knowledge of them, other than this one's got a 300 Ford 6-cylinder in it that's froze up. We give $1,000 for it. With that $1,000, I mean, there's that much worth of tire on it. Anyway, front tire's toast. The plan is to get the engine running. I just got to have time to work on it. It was supposed to get worked on a couple years ago when I was working on the service truck. And hired man was supposed to be showing up and working on stuff, and he didn't pretty much all winter. But nice big spacious cab. It actually does have electronics on it. There's a radar. This one ran radar. There's my block of wood to keep it from turning so I can move it around. Yeah, radar unit's right there. We were hoping it wasn't froze up. It only set for about 3 or 4 years, but it should be froze. Haven't looked in the cab for a while. Somehow the birds get in it, and I'm not sure how. I saw one in here the other day, but controls up there. I think we're gonna, I don't know if this cab's worth trying to resurrect or not. There's just too much of it that's I'm not too sure about. I know the air conditioning ain't gonna work anymore. And it's got rusted through at the top right underneath the gutter. So the plan is pull the cab off of the cotton harvester and put on it. And we'll take the 300-gallon tank and the booms that we have off the other sprayer and put on here. And I've got some other electronics. This was only set up for a 4-section boom, and we run a 5-section. So should have some electronics to do something else with. This has a good hydraulic drive pump, which is what we don't have at the moment. And eventually we'll make her work. And I do have another front wheel for it, another front tire. It's probably don't look any better than this one, but it holds air with no problems. It came off of our fertilizer bug. There's the current one, 1968 International 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive with a blown front end in it. She does not move worth a damn in the field. 62-foot booms that we made, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. They're going to go on that new buggy. When we did these, we did them kind of right. They're hydraulic fold. That's a hydraulic valve set out of a forklift. We had to add a valve to it. 300-gallon plastic tank. That's the original tank from, God, 1980, I guess. We did end up putting the new pump on it this last year because the bearings went out in the old one when we were half done, and I happened to have another pump. It was on an old fire trailer. It worked. But there it is. So tank and booms will go on that other one when we get to it. I don't know if we're going to keep these fenders on here or not. These fenders are actually tied into the saddle. And then we run a cable back to the middle of the boom. Cable's hooked right there. There we go. To keep them from pulling back too far so they don't bend. Our breakaway is the end section when they're folded forward. Staring right into the open end of the foam marker there. That section swings around and just bungees. So if we do hit a fence post, it's not bad. Or if we hit the ground with it, it's not too bad. So there it is. Part of the tour of equipment. Get this wish list thrown together. I was hoping to get it done this winter, but winter's disappearing fast. So I don't know if I'm even going to get started on it. First thing is get the engine broke loose on that other one and hope it runs. because I really don't want to have to pull the engine out of this one and put in that one. This one runs good, but can't get parts for it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. Hopefully I'll be able to make a video and we're putting something together. And it's going to be a pain in the butt because swapping cabs on that other one's going to be a pain. Have to make all new mounts, whatever else. But I might make it so the cab tilts or something. At least you can get underneath to get stuff then, because I don't like those where you can't get anything. Cab over trucks are fine, get the cab out of the way. But equipment with the cab welded down on top, that don't work so well. So anyway, thanks for watching again. Catch me later.